Lonzo Ball has popped up in a lot of trade rumors recently, and the Raptors are on that list of destinations where he might end up. I personally don't know if he's a fit. Last year, Lonzo showed a lot of potential. He's shooting the three the best he ever has. He's shooting the ball the best he ever has. And he's averaging the most points in his career. But this year, with his little injury in his left knee, I think, he's struggling a lot. His field goal percentage is 39, which is pretty atrocious, but his three-point percentage is even worse at 30%, which is down from the 37% he shot last year. Now, with all that being said, Toronto's offense is based around the three-point line and kicking it out for a wide-open three, which he does not really fit into. Pretty much all of our guards can knock down a wide-open shot. I don't know if I'd rely on Lonzo for that. Also, Nick Nurse wants to limit turnovers, which Lonzo is not going to help with, as he's averaging about 2.3 turnovers per game. Now, I know I just went into a lot of negatives, but there definitely is some positives with getting Lonzo. He brings a lot of defense. Perimeter defense is some of the top in the league, so we're definitely gaining a lot on defense. Now, yes, he is going to help around the perimeter, but what Toronto needs right now is paint defense. So I think instead of trading for Lonzo, maybe it'd be a little better to put all your cards in for a big. Pretty much his only positive on the offensive end is that he's a gifted playmaker. Now, this is assuming we don't get rid of our core two with Freddie and Kyle. He's definitely coming off the bench. I think him and Chris Boucher would grow together extremely well. Throwing lobs, it would be really exciting to see in Toronto. I also think the bench does need a bit more playmaking, as a lot of it is just guard shot creating right now. I think you could kind of see the negative trend around Lonzo being on the Raptors. I just don't see why we'd want him. Now, assuming we do want him, here are some of the trades that SB Nation, the website, thought might work. Now, they bring up Kyle's name, and that's a big red flag for me. Now, the possibility that we trade Kyle as he's 35 and a free agent next year kind of scares me, but I feel like as a Toronto fan, you have to start to think about this. Kyle's getting paid around $30 million now. What do you think he's going to ask in free agency? I'm going to be honest, I don't know if Kyle's going to finish his career in Toronto. But he's a great point guard. It doesn't even look like he's aged. He helps the team greatly. Great defender, great shooter. He fits in so well. He's got that leadership. I think we got to try and keep him for as long as possible. And who knows, maybe he will resign for a bit less. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think Kyle Lowry for Lonzo Ball is a pretty good trade. One of them's an all-star and one of them's an average point guard. The reason people might like this trade is because Lonzo has a lot of potential, but we've seen him increase and decrease over the year. He doesn't have a stable potential in my eyes. I think it'd be a big risk, and I don't think risking our best point guard in franchise history is worth it for someone who might have a slight turn up. The other option that's been thrown around a lot, Terrence Davis and Norman Powell. Norm is averaging 20 plus whenever he starts, and Terrence Davis is also having a great year, which makes these guys really tradable. If a trade were to go down for Lonzo, I think this is the most likely, as it's two really tradable guards for Lonzo. Do I think the Pelicans would take this? Yes, I think they would. Norm's a good shooter, brings a lot of athleticism, he's fast, works well in the New Orleans offense. Terrence Davis is also a good shooter, so they're trading away Lonzo, who can't shoot, for two good shooters. I think this is perfect for New Orleans. As a Raptors fan, I would hate this. We'd give up two guards for someone who might have a little bit of an upside, but honestly, I think Norm has a bigger upside than Lonzo. But anyways, let's put it in the trade machine. For option one, Kyle Lowry for Lonzo Ball. This is going to be a really difficult trade to make, as there's about a $20 million difference in their salaries. So I'm guessing the Pelicans would have to put in Jackson Hayes and Eric Bledsoe. And then maybe we'd throw in Malachi Flynn as just a little piece on top. The reason I don't throw Matt Thomas in there is because it looks like the Pelicans are trying to trade away JJ Redick, who is basically the exact same player. So I don't think they'd want him. This trade would work. It predicts the Raptors would suffer 8 wins and the Pelicans would go up 1 win. Yeah, I think this is right. This trade would be horrible. I just noticed Lonzo's on an expiring contract. Yeah, come on, man. Now, the other trade that could go down for Lonzo would be Terrence Davis and Norman Powell. This trade would work. Pelicans get 2 wins better. Raptors get 1 win worse. But I guess maybe the potential's a bit higher. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Toronto is going to get any players from New Orleans. Whether it's Lonzo or JJ Redick, We don't even use Matt Thomas, so we're definitely not going to pick up JJ. And Lonzo's just a playmaking point guard who has a bit of upside, but he might just be a little bad for the team, as this might be the last year in a while where we're in a win now situation. I'm going to be honest, I feel like the only trade we should make this season is maybe trading for a big. I have my eyes on Andre Drummond. I think he'd be a good pickup, but who knows? Maybe we don't make a trade at all. I think we're going to do something on the trade deadline. Wait for that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this trade. Should Toronto pull the trigger? Should we keep what we have? Who else should we trade for? But other than that, like and subscribe. I'm out.